What's up, beautiful people? How are y'all doing? I'm doing fantastic. Today, I'll be discussing a fragrance from the house of Rasasi. Rasasi Hawas, yet another Hawas flanker. This is Hawas Kobra. So, there is another fragrance, Hawas Malibu. I'll be talking about Hawas Malibu in my next video. So, Hawas Kobra, how good is this fragrance? Many say that this is similar to, not many, there are few reviewers who actually did this shorts type of videos. They say that Hawas Kobra is kind of similar to the Imagination DNA, the hybrid of Imagination DNA. Is it? I'm here to discuss. So recently, I visited Joy Bhai and I tried two fragrances, Hawas Kobra and Hawas Malibu, from his bottles. So I also purchased the decants from him to try it out. Let me spray this fragrance. Now the dry down right here. Well, recently, in my last video, I talked about another Imagination not flanker, sorry, Imagination clone. So this is just another Imagination clone, but is it better? How good is this? Hawas Kobra? I'm here to discuss. I'll be ranking all the Imagination clones that I reviewed in the latter half of this video, the latter end of this video. So Hawas Kobra. Here's the dry down, the freshly sprayed one. Let me read out the notes to you. Instantly, the moment I sprayed this one reminded me of the Imagination DNA. Yes. Well, before talking about the smell properly, let me read out the notes. This one contains ginger, tangerine, and bergamot right at the top. Then the mid contains cinnamon, green tea, and neroli. And the base contains amber, musk, and woodsy notes. So these are the notes. Yes, the Imagination DNA is there. I can sense it. But the opening slightly varies from all the other Imagination dupes, okay? Slightly, okay? For example, the last video that I talked about, the Essence de Blanc, that one has beautiful green opening. This one, Cobra, also differs from the orthodox Imagination dupes like Dubai, French Tobacco. This one has this beautiful tangerine opening. You get this citrusy, bright, bitter type of citrusy tone. Yep, I'm getting the bitter, citrusy, bright type of tone from the tangerine, very prominent. So this is the difference. This is the shining part, I have to say. The tangerine opening is beautiful, mixing with the bergamot and the ginger. You get this slight bit of zest. So there's this beautiful tangerine, zesty tangerine opening. When this one starts to dry down, even from the start, I can sense the neroli coming through. So there is this slight hint of neroli that is popping up. Nothing too dominant. This one doesn't become soapy on my skin. This is just rightly blended. So there is a neroli. There is this white floral character to it. The zesty tangerine, the citrus, the slight bit of green tone in this one is there. Nothing overly green, very mildly green. This is more like citrusy, okay? Very citrusy, the tangerine, the bergamot, slight bit of lime-like feel as well. Imagine tangerine, lime, and ginger mixing together. That's the smell in the opening. Now the dry down, as I told you, is floral, the white floral neroli, beautifully done. You get slight hint of tea note. The tea note is there, but in the background. Doesn't come forward much. At least I'm not getting it, even when I tried it. So this is what I like about it. This one doesn't have the over dominant tea character, just the right blend, mild tea. So works for me. So the tea is there, very mild, as I told you, mixing with the neroli, ginger, and the citrus top. In the dry down phase, this one becomes ambery and musky on my skin. Interestingly, on my clothing, this one showcases this powdery like character. Even on my skin, especially in the far dry down, I get this ambery, musky, powdery tone, okay? With slight hint of woodiness. That's the smell for you. Now, if I have to compare it to Imagination, I'm gonna say this is 70% similar to Imagination, 75 max. So has its own character, Cobra. 70% to 75% DNA of Imagination is there, easily recognizable. The moment I spray this and I get the smell, yes, this is Imagination. I even applied this and went out and let a brother of mine tried this fragrance, and he was like, yes, this is a known DNA, the imagination DNA, and he kind of liked this fragrance. So the quality is there. Hawas Kobra, nicely done by Rasasi. The quality is there. I told you. The performance is there as well. I got around 6 hours, 5 to 6 hours of longevity. Very good for a summer fragrance, and 1.5 hours to 2 hours of projection. From my first two trials, I got 2 hours. Yes. So 2 hours of projection, 6 hours of longevity. Good one. Creates a beautiful scent trail around you. Will linger on your skin and clothing. Summer banger. Yes, there are many imagination dupes out there. You can get this one as well. Hawas fanboys out there, you can try this one. This is a good bargain. This is a decent fragrance, good quality fragrance. If you're into the imagination DNA, you can get this. Now if you have all other imagination dupes, this will be redundant. Yes, straightforward, this will be redundant. But if you're a Hawas fanboy, you want to collect Hawas line, if you want another imagination DNA in your collection, this is it. This is a wonderful fragrance. And if you haven't tried the imagination DNA, if you want something that is inspired by imagination, you can start with this one. This is a good one. Quality fragrance, occasion and season wise. Season wise, as I told you, summer fragrance. Occasion wise, this is a fragrance that you can rock casually, formally, anywhere you want. Inoffensive fragrance. There is a chance you will garner compliments with this one. Hawas Kobra. So lovely fragrance. Casually, this will work really, really well. Even formal outings, you can grab this fragrance and apply this easily. So this is a crowd pleaser type of DNA, fresh, invigorating type of DNA with this aromatic, zesty tone. So decent fragrance, the quality, very nice. So this is the first batch, and people will go crazy for this one, I'm sure. Within 2 years time, they will be looking for the first batch. The Hawas craze. I don't know what people actually think when they actually dig for batches. I'm not a digger for batches. I think I can always get any fragrance, any Hawas fragrance without looking at the batch. So this is Hawas Kobra. Smell check, performance check, season and occasion check, pricing is more or less $29. Yes, below $30 in Bangladesh. The pricing is within 3500 taka to 3700 taka. Yes, 3500 taka to 3700 taka in Bangladesh. So there you go. So I've talked about all the aspects of this fragrance, Hawas Kobra. Now, as I told you, if you haven't used the imagination DNA, if you want something that is inspired by imagination, you can try Hawas Kobra. You can start with Hawas Kobra. Now, if you have all those fragrances, the other dupes, this will be redundant. So Hawas fanboys out there, I know you guys will collect this fragrance anyway. So this is Hawas Kobra. Now my ranking from all the fragrances, the imagination dupes that I tried, my ranking. So let's get on with the ranking. My ranking, number one, I'm gonna go with Essence de Blanc. Number one is still Essence de Blanc. As I told you in my last video, that fragrance, I really like it. So my number two is Hawas Kobra. I think this has the potential to enter my number one spot, but number one spot belongs to Essence de Blanc, and this one is my number two, Hawas Kobra. My number three is going to be French Tobacco, and yeah, French Tobacco is a good one as well. My number four is going to be Oham, Gulf Orchid Oham, and my number five is going to be Aqua Dubai, the most popular imagination dupe out there. Somehow slides into my last position, okay? But a beautiful fragrance, good fragrance, just the aerosol DNA is not for me, okay? So there you go. I have talked about Hawas Kobra today, and I've given you my ranking of the imagination dupes that I tried. This DNA is overdone, so you can get whatever fragrance you want. I wanted to try this out and get on with the review, and here I am. My verdict, this is a good fragrance, a keeper, a bottle worthy fragrance. I think I won't mind actually keeping a bottle of this fragrance, safe fragrance. So I'll try to get a bottle, okay? I'll actually try to get a bottle when I'm done with this one. Soon I'm getting a bottle. So I can always go crazy with this fragrances. This is super safe, easy to wear. When you're confused, just grab it and just apply it and go out. So good fragrance from Rasasi. This is Cobra, their newest release. Now, next one I'll be talking about Rasasi Malibu, Hawas Malibu. So, yep, that's it for today. I'll see you guys next time. Take care, everyone. Peace.